the way, my friend.
Affirmative.
Oh, yes.
Let's get that bomb.
What was that noise?
Oh, it's WESG time! Grab your gear, boys! The world stage awaits!
Name the clouds passing by, wishing we run away. All we need is our passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down and left her, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. Book a plane, fly away. We will never be the same. And as long as you are mine, come on and run away. We wanna run away. We don't need any reasons, baby. Leave it all for the faded hearts. I don't mind if they call us crazy, 'cause they don't know.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. The technical pause is over, and the Hellraiser players are back in the server. We are back, Raptros and Majesty. They aren't going for the full buy. I like to see it. The pistol's just coming out with a little bit of utility available and a lot of money being conserved for the most part. And as it looks like we're just about to get in the game, we're hit up with another pause. So just give us more time to talk. At least we know that the eco's coming through from Majesty at this point, and the freeze time removed now. Hopefully we are actually getting into the round. So yeah, or not.
They're trying to get things reset. I'm not sure if they think the round medic's got the buy right, but I think this time around it should be fine. So
Sure.
It took a couple of sort of kicks, but the round has finally been restored.
Yeah, this game's had more freeze times than my bootleg stream in The Mandalorian.
Wow.
Well, either way, Hellraiser's bringing 5 rifles forward into this particular round. A little bit of utility available for these pistoling players, but Native's just going to shoot Sparkle straight in the back of the head,
ready.
which makes me assume that we are not ready, and this round is going to be done. And for people in chat confused about it being 12-7, it was never 12-7. It was 11-7 when the original technical pause was called in, and then the server just upticked to 12 when the Hellraisers players left. Because there was no CTs in the server, so the round was given to the Ts. That's just how the game works. And we're in another technical pause, Raptros.
Yeah, so it looks like they are not entirely ready. It looks like they are waiting, because I don't know Ukrainian or Russian or whatever, so it's very hard for me to understand the chat that's going on. But Google Translate sometimes comes to the rescue. It looks like they are around about 80 seconds away from the start of the game. Just some issue with Hellraisers as we get things going here. But hopefully it shouldn't be too long before we finally get this one going. Because I remember yesterday where we had that pause that went on for about 25 minutes in the final map for the final best of 3 series that we did, and that just took forever.
The original one was in the second map because Sizen's internet issues. Sizen had internet issues, and then. They 2BY09 brought in. Oh no, sorry, was it Bring Me the Horizon brought in a substitute who only played 2 rounds of the series. So you love to see it. You love to see it. But a couple of smokes and a couple of flashes. Well, 3 smokes and 3 flashes available then for these Majesty players. Where do you think they're going to be deploying those smokes? Got to be in towards A, right?
Should be. That would be the plan, especially with the pistols. You also have the option of just rushing your way down long and try and get those deployed in the post plant of B. But I think A would be definitely option here with the upgraded pistols. They don't have any armor, but hopefully this is the last time the freeze time will be cancelled.
Hopefully.
There's lots of GLHFs going on in the in the chat, so I can only assume that this round will be live.
I just don't need to have much knowledge of Ukrainian or Russian to understand what GLHF means. And this eco round will finally be underway. Sparkle picking up the Deagle and body armor, and the rest of Majesty not really investing too much outside of a couple of P250s. No AWP available for Hellraisers yet. And their economy still not in the best position in the world. So any kills that these pistols can get could prove to be more important later on in this game. And any rifles that can be saved forward for Majesty, absolutely great for them.
Yes, we've been under pause conditions for such a long time that, what I mentioned right at the start of this happening, Hellraisers, they were getting themselves the ball rolling on the CT side. So that momentum is basically being cancelled out at this stage. But it is up against the pistols here. So they should be able to at least secure this round and get things going once again. It looks like Majesty, though, they are going to set up for a play towards the ramp side. The flash out, not going to affect Crush all that much as he avoids a smoke of his own, but only good enough for one as the headshot comes through from Throne, and now they get themselves down on towards that B bomb site. A quick rotation here from Rangel towards Decon. He might just get a couple here, but just the damage being done. Lots of damage to that Majesty side, but still 4 players left on the server. Yeah,
actually, the flank coming in now onto Throne is not going to come in quickly enough, so the bomb's going to be planted at the very least, but these rifles look to comfortably retake this situation then, as just Throne left alive with the P250 gets spotted out by Scooby, who pads his own statistics with a quad kill in the anti-eco. But for Majesty, they did the job. The strat basically was just to get the bomb down in the B site, try and find some picks. They find the one on the ramp player, and then do get that extra money to be brought forward, and that's going to allow the AWP to be put in the hands of Tricky, and just that extra bit of utility brought forward as well. Native maybe struggling on the weapons front, but he is going to find a Krieg on the floor, so a pretty decent buy then available for Majesty following their eco. Important for them to win this, though, to start denying Hellraisers some momentum here.
Yeah, that has to be the objective this time around. Now that they have those rifles and that AWP out, decent job to get the bomb plant in the previous. Crush getting a little aggressive there towards Radio, just getting in position just before that smoke blooms. Outside smoke's being deployed here by Majesty as well. That grenade's not quite going to reach anything there, even if there were players there for Nuki. So he just drops off that one. Instead, decides to lend a bit of a hand here towards this ramp position. The smoke down will prevent the push once again here for Majesty as they all line up behind it. Tricky looking for some edge of the smoke shenanigans, but won't come through for him.
Yeah, not just yet, at least, as Sparkle on the lurk. Crush is waiting in position to try and deal with him, and the Molotov is going to force Crush off the initial angle at least. Ramp push coming in now, and Nuki in a great position. Finds Stu before it gets traded out by Native, and access to ramp control has been garnered, but Sparkle needs to find the kill onto Crush if they want comfortable access to this B bomb site right now. Majesty got to play things very carefully. The man advantage in Hellraiser's favour, and Sparkle, he's gone through the vent to swing around, and he will find Crush. That brings us into the 3v3. Sparkle on just 11 now. The trade potential looking strong as Angel, he's out towards Garage, so he could move in through Secret at any time as the ramp push will finally come in, and it'll be a 3v3 retake situation over towards this B-bomb site.
It is. That kill didn't really provoke much of a response out of Hellraisers, so Majesty, they were able to secure this B-bomb site without all that much challenge, but now, since that bomb has been planted, Hellraisers will be on the move. Flares decides to push through lobby and try and get an angle maybe towards that ramp room because but Tricky is there ready and waiting, but Native will be able to spot at the feet of Angel as he works his way through those double doors. The fight on towards ramp rages on as well. Tricky trying to hold strong in this post plant for Majesty. Meanwhile, you do have a Scooby that works his way through the double doors and meets the same fate as Angel. That information wasn't given that those are playing on top of Silo.
Excellent recovery there from Majesty, despite losing the man advantage pretty early on into that round. Sparkle did his job on the lurk, found the important kill onto Crush, and then that allowed for the B-bomb site to be opened for the execute there. Good team play and good probing of the correct map control at the different points in time, and that is going to be a dire situation now for Hellraisers. They are going to be investing forward into this map, but not much available. Nuki is going to have the AWP in his hands, and there's a FAMAS and an M4 on the board, but limited utility and 2 MP9s mean that they need to utilize these close angle plays to try and shut Majesty out this round.
Yep, there we go. Native securing at least some form of map control for his team. Maybe even get aggressive towards Hell here might be the option. Nuki is watching this one, though. That smoke has landed a little deep as far as the T is concerned, so they're not able to sneak their way through. But meanwhile, the rest of the map still seemingly quiet at this stage. Majesty, 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the clock. Just able to get that ramp control, and that is pretty much it. They've gained control of towards outside as well, but Sparkle just completely and utterly prepared for the swing there from Angel. Native now makes that ramp positioning work with the kill onto Nuki, and that opens up the route down towards the B-bomb site for Majesty. They'll be able to get themselves down there. Is there any response here from Hellraisers? Doesn't seem to be the case. They're all still up towards that A-bomb site. Sparkle starting to seal the deal now for Majesty. They're going to be looking to get their quick 13 and 8 here. As Sparkle continues on to rack up the kills here on this sort of A-look, trying to deny these weapons. And there we go. 4K in the round for Sparkle with the SG. About as much as you could ask for.
Yeah, he's a player that stepped up in a big way in the last 2 rounds, had quite a lot of impact, and brought himself up to 20 kills in the process, and that's a really important round for Majesty to win. They destroy the Hellraisers' economy. They're going to be forced onto a full eco here. Absolutely no point at an investment. Basically guaranteeing Majesty 14 rounds on the board on the T side of Nuke, and really ramping up the pressure for these Hellraisers players now. You know, Majesty are going to be just 2 rounds away from victory, assuming that they win this next round, and it's a tough position for Hellraisers to try and come back from at this point in time, and it just means that Hellraisers have got a big decision to make in the next round, because if they force up and buy the rifles in the next, their utility is going to be limited, but they've got to do it to try and force map points, series points for Majesty.
Native trying to find the opening pick down towards ramp. Hellraisers this time around have actually stacked 2 players towards that side here on this pistol round, so trying to put up the death as possible, but Majesty giving them the respect not to just flat out rush into anything up against these pistols right now. Just deciding to walk outside, up behind those outside smokes here. Flourish is here, though he's the wrong side of the smokes to be able to do anything. So unless he gets a cheeky push through, trying to search for a gap, he won't be gifted one. He won't be able to see any of those Majesty players hanging down secret. So that will be denied from Flourish.
Yeah. They're going to be heading over towards this B-bomb site now, and Majesty, they've had quite a lot of success on it, and Throne is in a good position to try and deal with these counter pushes. Now, these pistoling players are actually quite stealthy. They weren't peeking out at the right time, so Throne probably going to get caught off guard here by a Deagle pick, and that should put the rifles in the hands of one Hellraisers player, as it's Scooby up on top of the hut to find the opening frag. Sparkle will take out Angel, and does mean that Nuki's in a better position to try and deal with things, but that HE is going to tag him down to 50, and Native will finish the job regardless. The B-bomb site now under Hellraiser's control. They've scavenged an AK that they can bring forward into the next round, but Scooby should just be focusing on saving that. If Flourish can find anything at the end of this round, it would be a very nice bonus for him, but right now, looking at 14-8 scoreline in favour of Majesty on their own map pick, and they're looking to close out this series 2-0.
Yeah, well, no, I wouldn't say convincing fashion, but they've just worked at it. They've plugged away at these rounds, and it seemingly worked out for them, despite that little bit of a shaky start directly after the pistol round for them. Flourish, though, 1 kill with that USPS. Could have easily been the second, since Sparkle is relatively low HP, but regardless, like I said, Majesty able to recover things after not a great T-side start, but still, you know, getting those 2 bomb plants and keeping their economy healthy, even though they lose those rounds, keeps them in a good position. And now they're looking to put this one in the bag, and they'll be able to get a couple of match points as a result. So for Hellraisers, this will be basically, you know, if they lose this one, they'll be down onto an eco. They'll be down onto what has to be a force buy, excuse me, to try and defend it. And Majesty, this is the round.
Yeah, that saved AK forward for Hellraisers is going to have a lot of impact in this one, as it means that there are 4 rifles on the board as opposed to 3, just meaning that they're going to be slightly more potent in those 1v1 engagements. A lot of utility being expended by the CTs at the moment to try and keep Majesty out of these areas of the map right now, and try and whittle the time down on the clock a little bit further. 1 minute 20 left to go as utility being expended in towards this A site right now, but also Majesty looking to get outside control to try and open up some of their tactical options. If they can get ramp room and make their way into secret here, they'd probably be looking at the B split. Nuki's posted up on the roof to try and deal with things, and Angel over towards ramp, and both players have to flag out here, and Native, he's going to find a very nice opening headshot, and that will probably indicate the B hits come in from Majesty.
Yeah, they're just going to stall it out for now. Nuki still trying to watch this outside position and will catch out the lurk there from Sparkle. So it's been brought down even. But Majesty, again, they now find another entry towards the ramp side. That's Crush that was hiding on top of those ramp boxes. So now they can rush their way down towards that B bomb site. Nuki is going to be hot on their heels, though. If he can get the quick flank here down through hell, he might be able to find a kill. But that great shot. Oh, my word. Tricky out of the air. Awesome stuff. Throne hold tries to hold the bomb site here as well for Majesty. But Flourish left on the 1 versus 3. Tricky, what a nutty shot.
That is such an important shot for him to land as well. Nuki's in a great position to try and get on the hot heel flank. You're expecting if Nuki can get 2 kills from that flank there, you know, catch Tricky off guard before he gets in and maybe get one more in the site. Hellraiser's got a chance at this retake, but now Flourish has got to get the hell out of there with this AK. There's no money left on Hellraisers. Their opponents are about to be on series point, and the most money in the bank before this loss bonus comes in is just 2k on Scooby. So an AWP potentially available if he drops one. But whatever Hellraisers bring forward into the next, it's not going to be enough to contend with the full gun round of Majesty. So they're going to have to try and supplement that with some good tactical cores.
Here they are. So Majesty, they're going to be the first to get their way to 15 rounds. And a healthy amount of match points indeed to go with it. So they can afford to drop a couple here and still be relatively clear to taking this series win. It's going to have to be the big old comeback for Hellraisers to have a chance at a decider map. And, well, all they're going to bring into this round is a couple of rifles, yes, but those 2 MP9s might be a bit of a deficit here up against the full purchase of Majesty. Flourish looking to get aggressive in towards ramp, but he's going to get denied the opportunity to do so. Instead, the grenade onto Throne is good, as Majesty, they're currently all stacked up in that lobby.
Yeah, they want to get in towards A, and they'll find the 2 openers and make that 3, 4 even, as Native shuts down Crush, leaving Nuki left alone in the 1vx situation. He's going to drop down in the 1v2, finds a second kill, and somehow keeps his team alive in the round. Has no idea of Tricky's position with that AWP, though. Jump peeks and doesn't get the information given, and he will lose out the 1v1. Tricky will close things out 16-8. Now, there is another best of 3 series coming up, but you're not going to be present for it. So do you have any closing thoughts for your appearance on the broadcast today, Raptros?
Yeah, Majesty completely unexpectedly taking things 2-0 against Hellraisers here. It seems like the teething issues for the new roster of Hellraisers continue on in the CAS qualifiers of WESG. So people, expecting a lot from this roster, but they haven't really been delivering over the time that they have been together, the short amount of time that they have been together. But, returning to what I said towards the start of the series, this is just the kind of thing that really just needs time. I don't think people should overreact at this stage. They just need to get the ball rolling, just sort out a couple of these small issues that they've been having, and maybe, just maybe, they might return to being a competitive team. But right now, when you're losing 2-0 against a team like a team like Majesty, who credit where credit's due, they have worked their butts off for this particular series. It still shouldn't be happening from a team, from an organization of the caliber of Hellraisers.
Yeah, well, thank you for joining me, Raptros. Stay tuned, guys. In just over 20 minutes, we'll be live with NaVi Jr. versus Kryvbas for our second upper bracket quarterfinal qualifier. Please don't go anywhere.
Name the clouds passing by, wishing we run away. All we need is our passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down in laughter, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. Book a plane, fly you are mine. Come on and run away, we wanna run away. We don't need any reasons, baby. Leave it all for the faded hearts. I don't mind if they call us crazy, 'cause they don't understand what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. As long as you're mine, I wanna run away. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after.
Look into your eyes, I see the colors of your soul, and I recognize every single line, every single roadblock. We are two hearts that beat in time. In the towers, looking down all night, blocking out the sun that we need. Maybe we can change our stripes and colors. You're the only one I see. And I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night. And I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night. Sleep through the sunrise. Into my past and I count the numbers of the dreams that I left behind. I don't even care now that I've discovered a new kind of peace of mind. Up above us, looking down on us, there's an angel I know. We don't need to worry or discuss much. It's time for me to hit the road. I'll take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night. Sleep through the sunrise. Take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night. And I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night. Sleep through the sunrise. Sleep through the Sarah, I hurt myself today trying to make the pain go away. Sarah, I want to fade away, be with the stars in outer space. You come and you go, you take me high, you take me low, but I don't know how to do this on my own anymore. Oh no, now it's my leave for the melancholy. Could he fill a hole inside me? Damned if I do, damned if I don't. Now it's Xannies till I know my psyche. Cocaine just to feel my heartbeat. Nothing to lose, nothing to gain. Sarah, Sarah, why you leaving me? Don't you know you can't leave me now? Sarah, I lost myself today trying to find ways to make you stay. Sarah, I want to go away, close my eyes, never wake up again. You come and you go, you take me high, you take me low, but I don't know how to do this on my own anymore. Oh no, now it's my leave for the melancholy. Could he fill a hole inside me? Damned if I do, damned if I don't. Now it's Xannies till I know my psyche. Cocaine just to feel my heartbeat. Nothing to lose, nothing to gain. Sarah, Sarah, why you leaving me? Put me on my misery.
chasing all my dreams now lately. No matter if I try too hard, nothing's ever enough, baby. No, I don't care too much. I don't care too much. As long as I can keep you by my side. I don't care too much. We got time, no rush. In your eyes, I always see there is something meant for me. In your eyes, I always feel different. Tell me everything's alright. Life is just a bunch of faces, and if it's not, we'll still be fine. I know we're going places. I don't care too much. I don't care too much. As long as I can keep you by my side. I don't care too much. We got time, no rush. In your eyes, I always see there is something meant for me. In your eyes, I always feel different. In your eyes, I always see there is something meant for me. In your eyes, I always feel different.
Move your body to the sound of the tuba. body to the sound of the tuba.
my heart into something gold. Knew I sold my soul to the devil long ago. I rode it all along on your way right before it broke. Time was thrown down the well, so I let you go. What I do right now. What I do right now for you. Carolina skies in the night, floating by your side. I fell up when you fell down, but we stayed in flight. I'm laughing to myself, cause I know that I can't deny. I can't find what you can't hide right inside my mind. What I do right now. What I do right now for you. Under peach yellow skies, dreaming big and aiming high. Name the clouds passing by, wishing we run away. All we need is our passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down in laughter, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. Book a plane, fly away. We will never be the same. And as long as you are mine, come on and run away. We wanna run away. We don't need any reasons, baby. Leave it all for the faded hearts. I don't mind if they call us crazy, cause they don't understand what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. We're no kids no more. I need to feel alive in this dreadful town. I'm running out of time, and as long as you're mine, on searching, but we will never know what we're after.
Lead the way, my friend.
Affirmative.
Oh, yes.
Let's get that bomb.
What was that noise?
Oh, it's WESG time. Grab your gear, boys. The world stage awaits.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the WESG 2019 to 2020 CIS qualifiers. It's our second series of the day, and we'll be seeing NaVi's junior side take on Kryvbas in another largely Ukrainian derby. My name is Protalis, and this time I am joined by Vearless. How are you doing today, Vearless?
I'm doing extremely well. I can't wait to see what this game is going to be like. And we're starting off here with the pistol round finally. Oh, I'm very excited. So, how are you thinking this will play out?
Well, in terms of the opening map at least, which is going to be Inferno, obviously, I'm expecting Kryvbas to take it. NaVi Junior lost their last 4 on Inferno recently, and it is Kryvbas' pick. So, expecting them to go strong on this. We'll be up on Dust 2 next, regardless of what happens in this map, which is always pretty puggy and can go either way, depending on which side is feeling it individually. And then Mirage will be our decider should we need to go there.
Yeah. Some util on the side here for NaVi Junior. Already a smoke being popped by Kryvbas. Just gonna stick to that banana control. Look at this. Kryvbas is just gonna charge up mid, but Gospodarov is just getting all those headshots. It's a 4K already, and Bit just finishes it off.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a quick round.
4 big frags there for Gospodarov as NaVi Junior secure the inaugural pistol of the map. Then it wasn't not looking good for them overall based on their past win record, but at least some confidence will be expired from this buy, and both sides going for the force into this one. Kryvbas on the CT side not bringing any SMGs or rifle forwards despite the changes in the economy. This is on their own map pick, and 3 rifles and a Galil being brought forward by NaVi Junior going to be very important if any of those players fall, not to lose them in positions where the CTs can recover those rifles.
Yeah, definitely. Wait, actually, do you know if this is already with the updated version?
Yeah, I think we're playing on the latest client for these online qualifiers.
Cool.
So the new models in here and the new economy as well.
That could be very interesting, you know, the whole Galil meta that's coming up right now.
Yeah, we have been seeing it more and more be brought into these second rounds, and in the hands of Onka this time. He's found at least one of the opening frags at this point in time in the round. Kryvbas yet to reply as NaVi Junior look to make their way over towards A now and set up some kind of execute over there.
Yeah, the round is, you know, just a little bit slow, and NaVi Junior is just making sure no one is going to get picked, and they will hopefully stay alive with all their guns. Because at this point, you know, you got a man advantage and definitely a weapon advantage here.
Yeah, certainly as well. It's just really unfortunate for Kryvbas right now because they've expected this late A hit to come in, and unfortunately for them, the gamble stack on the A site is the incorrect one. So Moore going to be in the first position with the P250 to try and get something, but the utility raining his way shouldn't allow him to get much.
Some spamming through the smoke here from Moore. But all the smokes are lining up, and there's probably not really a way to enter. And all the others are saving their pistols and their armor on the A side. Just gonna maybe go for an exit. Oof. Gets another smoke and a nice friendly tag that's coming around the corner.
Yeah, we have seen actually quite a fair share of team damage so far in these online qualifiers. So usually the smoke grenades and stuff hitting teammates in the back of the head. We've been seeing a lot recently, which is interesting.
Well, we have to see if that will continue this match.
Yeah, absolutely. Certainly not wanting to try and miss any of that utility at this point. But
No.
pretty comfortable round then for NaVi Junior up against the force buy from Kryvbas. They're just trying to save their pistols and armor through to the next one and just have another crack at this NaVi Junior offensive, basically. 4 players going to stay alive for them, and Chups probably not going to invest up into this. I think that if they want to try and bring some better weapons forward in the next round, you know, try and maybe carry through an AWP or something like that, Chubbs is not going to need to invest in this at all. And the grenade purchase in this means that he's going to need to get quite a few kills, or at least the round victory, if he wants to be dropping that big green gun up into the next one for his team. But NaVi Junior, they've won the pistol and the follow-up round. It looks like they're in a good position to take the third one here, and a strong start for their bank too, with very few players going down in each of these rounds.
And it looked like they were going to use their nades, and they finally did here on Banana. Had to wait a little bit for that Molotov to disappear. And another one will line up. Oh, they are getting blinded, but Bit is ready for it. Takes here the 3 kills. Doesn't matter if you're blind, just go for it. And now it's only 2 players alive for Kryvbas. One is up close, and they will have to be careful.
Yeah, unfortunately, let's say pistols and armor not able to do anything as S4 tries for something on the other side of the map and gets shut down. It means Vandal's going to be under a lot of pressure now with this 5-7.
Well, he gets one, but that's all he will get. That means NaVi Junior will take a 4th round, or for a 3rd round here, maybe onto a 4th. But this will be the first buy round here for Kryvbas, and they will have to change things up if they want to take some rounds.
Yeah, well, that AWP is coming forward in the hands of S4, and we know that it is an important weapon to have here on the CT side of Inferno. Obviously, a map that is slightly CT-sided inherently, so obviously Kryvbas are looking to get as many rounds as possible on here before we head up onto Dust 2 next. They're going for these aggressive banana holes, and the utility is tagging them down. They're going for the bushes, actually, and they're going to find something. If they can not get traded out here, this is a great early round situation for them.
Yeah, NaVi Junior kind of awkwardly stuck here now on T-ramp. That smoke doesn't really do that much. And that gives Kryvbas the opportunity to get even closer and have that banana control. And that's very, very useful. What? NaVi Junior is looking to get going, and it doesn't really work out that well. And now it's on to Topa, that is left on mid, gets a kill here, and actually a second. And now he will need to retrieve that bomb, flash out, and he gets a 3rd.
Oh my word, Topa, that incredible 1 versus 3, the pixel perfect flashbang at the end there. Very little coordination from Kryvbas. I don't know why they're committing the second player towards the mid peak there. That means that the 1 versus 1 is isolated in the late round situation, and Topa able to secure that one. That was basically a guaranteed round for Kryvbas there. They won everything tactically. They won the battle of Banana and isolated the 1v3 situation in the end, but just threw it away by allowing Topa to isolate those gunfights. NaVi Junior on their 4th now. Kryvbas dropping down onto just the pistols on the eco here. Disastrous round for them in the last one.
Oh, it was extremely sad. It looked like it was going to go their way, and they invested, you know, heavily into that round, which means the pistols will have to come out, and so far, no success. Capacho getting 2 clean kills there. And the rest of Kryvbas slowly waiting here on bracket. 1 more player falls. And slowly, they realize that there's probably not much of activity here towards B.
Yeah, pretty much completely clear at the moment. S4 is going to be rotating in with that P250, and Chups making his way over towards CT spawn as well. But once again, the B-bomb site gifted to NaVi Junior for free following the entry frags they were given, and Kryvbas, well, at least Chups looking to save this Deagle, and it looks like S4 moving around with the P250 as well to make sure that if there are any players lurking over that side of the map that they can be dealt with. Now, fortunately for Kryvbas, there isn't anyone that's so actively hunting them at the moment. But a very strong start from NaVi Jr. 5-0 on their opponent's map pick on the T side of Inferno. You can't ask for much more than that.
I mean, since this map officially is still CT-sided, you know, it did change a little bit, but it definitely does favor the CTs, and it's Kryvbas' map pick, so if NaVi Jr. will walk away with this, it could get very, very painful.
Yeah, absolutely, especially when you consider that NaVi Jr. have lost all of the last 4 times that they played on Inferno, so it doesn't bode well for Kryvbas if they're unable to beat them or here, because their opponent's map pick, they're just going to be so much stronger on it. Now, double AWP setup coming out for Kryvbas here. Certainly a risk, I'd say. It's going to very much strain the economy of both S4 and Mer. At least S4 didn't have to purchase up the armor going into this one. He was able to stay back forward on the last. He's going to aggressively peek Banana through the flames at this point in time, as they're not quite tagging him yet. But the spread will cause him to fall off the angle at the cost of 56 HP. So a more passive hold towards B now, as Kryvbas must look to make sure they don't lose any more players in this early round situation.
Yeah, that double up will have to do it now for Kryvbas, and Anke is now burning alive.
Yep.
Kind of stuck now in between 2 Molotovs, and patiently waits, falls back, and hopefully maybe that util will keep 2 of the CTs still on their side. And now they will have to make a decision on where to go. And it looks like they're still kind of split, trying to get some control, some apps control and banana control here. And maybe even looking towards a split, but there is 2 plays towards long that will have to be found first if they want to do that.
Yeah.
And they soon realize that util that's being popped, not really working out. And they're going to be pushing all from banana here. 30 seconds on the clock, not much time. And that smoke will still have to disappear. Oh, this has to be perfect. If this execution doesn't work, and the flash also helps them. And yeah, now that with the Molotov, the time is ticking away. There's even a flank incoming if you look at the minimap. And oh, it's getting so extremely close. And this timing is perfect now from S4. The bomb will go down.
Oh,
and it's a 1v1, but Carpaccio wins it in the end. He clutches it out. That was still extremely close. I thought that flank was going to work out, but they just stuck to it.
It was such a tense situation for Kryvbas there, because it is S4 who comes through the smoke with the AWP, and he does actually find the bomb planter, but it's a fraction of a second too late. That allows the plant to be committed, and Carpaccio and Topa able to anchor down in that bomb site and find all the heads that they need. A dominant start for them at 6-0 right now. These rounds, they keep looking so close for Kryvbas to try and be able to take, but unfortunately, they're just being won by NaVi Jr. at the narrowest of margins at this point, and a pause has come in, and the fact that there's no UI on my screen indicates to me that this could be some form of a technical pause, but right now, Kryvbas not finding any success on their CT side. No,
it's very unfortunate. Like, every time you think they got it in the bag, and it just slips away from them by an insane clutch from, for example, Topa we saw in round 4. And they just kind of lose that advantage. And it's unfortunate to see. And then the last round, you know, that flank was quite perfect, like, timing-wise. But I'm not sure how the communication was going with the other 2 teammates, because they just fell. I think they were too eager to stop the bomb plant and get the round towards them. And I think that kind of like type of aggression kind of just in timing didn't really work out.
Yeah, exactly. And that's something that you're going to see from, you know, the less tactically drilled sides in the world. They're not going to have the added levels of team cohesion there. Their comms aren't going to be at the best level. And you can see those factors making their way into impacting the server, as you're saying, just from the last round situation there that NaVi Jr. are allowed to eventually win out. Now, CTs are starting to buy up, which makes me think that hopefully an unpause is being considered at some point soon. It is going to be somewhat of a force from Kryvbas, as the MP9s are garnered for Romnod and S4 alike. And with that consideration, it's looking to me that they are probably just going to go for the partial buy across the board then for the side. And maybe these 4.8k players are going to drop down to about 2k, see what they can get a hold of, and go for the full buy into the next one. But NaVi Jr. right now, up against a weaker buy, looking at potentially being 7-0 up on the T side of Inferno. An incredibly strong start from them at this point in a map that they've really been struggling on recently.
Yeah, it's quite interesting to see. But I do think that NaVi Jr., if you have this lineup against Kryvbas, I do think they are the better team at the moment.
Yeah.
So even though this might not be their best map, I think they should still be able to take it. And so far, it's looking very good for them.
Yeah, at the moment, it is looking absolutely great on Inferno. Once again, we're seeing this Kryvbas aggression come through. Now, Bit starts to expect it. Throws the spray down and repositions. He's going to get tagged down very heavily by that HE grenade, down to just 64 health. Ornka will tag 20 damage on his own. And these two MP9s, they've got to actively defend apartments now.
Oh, and look at this. They're getting aggression, like, from each side of the map. And they're all getting kind of, like, sandwiched now. They don't really have any space to go. And they will have to find an entry somewhere if this round will still be in their favor. And he has a feeling there's someone towards there. And look at that nade! Oh, Chops is only 19 HP, and even Vandal was tagged. And they will have to get it. Okay, why do you not check that corner? That's CSGO 101. And that means it's still a free on free, and Kryvbas still, like, they picked up an 8k, which can be very valuable.
Especially on this armored player at the moment as well. The aim punch not going to be a factor when they're shooting at him. And the pixel perfect Molotov from NaVi Jr. expects them to just be able to eliminate those two players for free there. But the fact that Chops is able to get a frag from the corner just gives Kryvbas a little bit more time here. And if Topa isn't careful here, he could get caught off guard by the flank from Romnod. He's in position, looking for the flank, and will get it on the body as well. Now, NaVi Jr. are really hemmed in. They've got to attack this B site.
Ooh, great positioning there in front of the smoke. Wasn't really checked. And that means Kryvbas will finally get around here on the board.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to put one up. Win their first one on a buy that really didn't look too great for them either. Just the MP9s and the upgraded pistols. But somehow they managed to convert that into a functional round. They need to start winning the proper gun rounds at this point. They're all in the hands of S4. Needs to be finding a little bit more impact than it has been so far in the map. NaVi Jr.'s economy, though, looking relatively okay. They'll probably still buy up into the next if they lose this one. But again, for them, if they want to win this, try and reset that lost bonus. And S4 being taken out straight away by a headshot from Bit. That's going to spread out this B defense quite heavily.
Yeah, it looked like a good idea, but all those smokes that popped made it a little bit confusing there. Not really sure where to look, and then you miss your shot. They still decide to keep two players here on the A side. Like, even though they have a player that fell. A lot of util being used, and Ma is still not really sure where to go to. Maybe looking for throwing out that Molotov, delaying a push, and then maybe hopping over. But so far, it might actually work out as the T's now start to take bracket control. Molotov will go there in return. Oh, and now Romnod is just stuck here in between all the Molotovs. Onkera with a good pick. Actually, a good second pick. And now ESL turn around. And it looks kind of scary for just a second. But they take back that round like a boss. And it's now on to Chops that will probably have to save his AK. Because there's nothing they can do. And the money is way too important.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a round that you're completely right in saying that it looked dangerous for a second. As soon as Romnod gets out in front of that Molotov there, he's in a position to get an advanced kill, just not quite quick enough on the push in the end, and Ornka does a good job finding that frag despite the fact that he's flashed in the angle. Chups now being actively hunted down as a player from Kryvbas has disconnected from the server, so it does look like they are continuing to be plagued by technical issues, as 7-1 is the opening scoreline as we head into yet another technical pause, ladies and gentlemen. But right now, NaVi Jr. just looking completely dominant, and the fact that S4 fell so early at the start of that round just meant that AWP had no impact from then on forward. It's the most expensive gun you can buy in the server, and it's just completely neutered immediately by a fast headshot from Bit. I feel like the more Kryvbas try and go for this aggressive banana control, NaVi Jr. keep expecting it time and time again now, and that's why we're able to see them refrag in these positions.
Yeah, they tend to use their util good enough that Kryvbas actually usually get tagged up quite a lot by those nades. And they're definitely a bit more prepared when it comes to their strategies here.
Yeah, they certainly look like the more drilled side at the moment, especially with these rifle executes. They're doing a great job at trading off of each other, which suggests to me that they've just put the more preparation coming into this series. They've taken it a little bit more seriously than the guys from Kryvbas has. They are sort of getting dominated as well in terms of firepower at the moment. Not a single player of the 4 that are currently in the server from Kryvbas has even managed to outfrag the second worst player for NaVi Jr. Obviously, Onker down on just 3 himself, but the rest of the team outfragging the entirety of Kryvbas at the moment just shows you the level of domination they're bringing to the game.
Yeah, pretty much all of the aim duels get won by NaVi Jr. and the entry picks are just phenomenal. They can't really answer that Kryvbas, and that means that they will probably have a buy here, and that AWP is gonna get out. Actually, NaVi is still not really having an AWP at all in the game, but they're just doing fine with all their AKs.
Yeah, exactly. Just relying on the rifles, and at the minute they're finding the headshots and the impact in this server, and just completely dominating the T side of things at this point. S4 does have that big green gun once again, and we're expecting him to take that back over towards Banana and hopefully not get deleted from the round quite so quickly. But instead, it looks like he's going to take this up towards mid and try and find an opening pick. He gets jump boosted over, and that's going to allow him to take position on the other side here. But it's a position that can quite easily be countered by some smokes, and he's got to be careful he doesn't get taken advantage of by a close angle rifler.
And this time it is banana control for NaVi Jr. Does get tagged up a little bit through that smoke on Care, but still alive.
Ooh.
And now with picks on either side of the map, it's getting, again, a little bit deflated for Kryvbas. Not really looking that good. And Vandal has picked up an M4 himself, which is definitely good. But still, they will have to make sure that they will win this round. And look at this. They're going to gamble. They're going to stack the B site and all move over towards that site. But look at this. NaVi are looking to take a util out. And so far, not really been heard, I think, Kryvbas. Or maybe not taking the bait.
Yeah, I think that Kryvbas, they've moved over towards this B-bomb site, and the strategy here is that, okay, we only got the 3 rifles left available. We're probably not going to win an isolated site take anyway, so let's gamble stack on this B site. If they attack us at B, we'll try and win the round, and if they don't, we'll be able to save these rifles forward into the next round, and it looks like that's what's happening at the moment, as NaVi Jr. are gifted free access into this A bomb site. They're going to get a plant off the back of things, and Gozbadarov is going to be the first man to go aggressive and try and hunt some of these Kryvbas players down over towards this B bomb site, but they're just going to have to go for the save in this one. And right now, NaVi Jr. just been dominating Kryvbas, especially towards these positions. It seems like all NaVi Jr. have to do is just bait out banana presence, and even if they just drop utility there, they can force a player from Kryvbas, it looks like, just to go aggressively. It was Chups in that last round, just hears the steps and instinctively goes through the smoke, and NaVi Jr. players ready and waiting for it on the other side at this point in time. I think Kryvbas now need to look at playing a little bit more passively in these sites. They're getting taken down too much in advanced positions right now, and they need to get a hold of their CT side, because if NaVi Jr. are allowed this much dominance on the T side of Inferno, they're certainly going to struggle when the halves are switched.
Yeah, NaVi is very ready for that aggression. They actually threw that Molotov like top banana last round, and they had maybe an idea to pick that Kryvbas, but then Molotov just denied it and gained, or gave actually NaVi Jr. the opportunity to gain back that banana control that Kryvbas really, really loves. And definitely gave them an advantage. And look at this, and Kyra's gonna throw that same Molotov once again. And deny any habit that they have right now. Another nade will land. And Kyra down to 66 HP.
Oh, Vandal's in a good position here. He could spot these players out towards second mid. He's going to get a free kill, but Capucho is able to trade out his teammate who's getting over-aggressive towards apartments once again. This is going to force now the rest of NaVi up in towards Banana, and they're going to have 2 players in the B site to try and deal with. It's going to be Chops and Mort to try and defend, or at least buy enough time for these CT rotations.
All the T's now cramped up here at Banana, waiting for an opportunity. Just passively holding the flank as well. That's very smart, because at this point you don't have anyone else lurking on the map. No information on where the others are. Smoke's out, just running onto the site. And Pacho spots a player here towards CT. Good pick, but there's one more. They will have to be very careful. He sprays through the coffin, gets Capacho. The bomber's down. He will try again. Will he spray again? Nope, but Bit will find him. Ooh, good pick here from Vandal. And he did reveal his position.
Yeah, not going to be able to go for this one, I think. Has to fall off with the save. Just the rifle, and NaVi Jr. are going to take their 9th on the half. 9-1. This is some incredible dominance for them at the moment. They attempt the retake. Chubbs does well to try and get the planter, but ultimately it just looks like NaVi Jr. once again too drilled for this situation. Bit expects the extra aggression to come through from Chubbs at that point in time, and Vandal unable to do anything more than grab a couple of kills towards the end of this round, and at least he's going to have an AWP to save forward into the next one. But right now, Kryvbas are in a lot of trouble. That's round 10 completed. 9-1 scoreline in favour of NaVi Jr. And this is Kryvbas' map pick. They're on the easier side of the map. They need to do something, and they need to do it quickly if they're going to be able to salvage this half.
Yeah, there is a bite coming up, but will they be able to take it? That is the question. Those AKs on the other side are looking so incredibly scary. It's pretty much nothing you can do. Not even an ARP can kill those AKs.
They're just dominating with these rifles at the moment. They're going to try and take early banana control again. And Kryvbas this time playing much more passively on the angle as NaVi Jr. continue to gain all of this map control before their executes come in. And thankfully for them, it's been allowing their tactics to work so far. And this has really forced Kryvbas into passive positions right now. They can't go aggressive towards apartments. They know they'll lose players. And the same is true if they went for a banana push at this point in time. So NaVi Jr. going to gather up these players in towards banana and start looking like they want to set up a B execute. And if they can find a pick over towards this side of the map, rush into B, retake's going to be nigh on impossible for Kryvbas.
Here we go, utility out. Will hopefully help them, and it's a 1-for-1 trade right now. Bit will take up another one, and the site has been taken. Rotations will have to come in. They invested so much into this round once again, and to go up and save would be very hard.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much impossible for them to even go for this. They might have to save in the 3 versus 4 situation here in round 11 and just continue this incredible streak that NaVi Jr. are on. Kryvbas are just straight up out of here. They have no replies for this B take from NaVi Jr. Not enough kills are garnered on the defense for them to even try and attempt things. So these 3 rifles are going to have to be saved forward. NaVi Jr. are going to get their 10th round on the T side of Inferno, continuing their sustained dominance at this point. And this Kryvbas have only been able to find 1 round. There's been a couple that could have gone either way. You're thinking with 1 or 2 trades maybe landing in a different situation, but right now Kryvbas have just got no answer. It looks like whenever NaVi try and do an execute, Kryvbas just get smashed off of the site and then don't have the resources available to try and retake.
No, the fragging power on NaVi is insane right now. We currently have Capacho and Bit over the 10 kills. And at this moment, Kryvbas cannot really keep up, stuck on like about 3 kills each. And they definitely need a little bit more if they want to still be in this game. But at this moment, it looks like they're kind of lost and they cannot find a way to keep those T's out of the way. And look at this, just on cap, casually picking up 2 kills once again here on Banana. This time there is one more. And he has the control at this moment through the smoke. But it fades. Gives Bit and the rest a little bit of opportunity. And Onkera is just out-fragging everyone at this moment. He was stuck on 3 kills in the beginning of this match. But right now, doesn't really matter. He wants to add up for his mistakes early match. And he sure does.
Yeah, Kryvbas there, once again, they go for some banana aggression early on in the round to try and take control, and they get punished for it immediately. They don't expect the advanced positioning from NaVi Jr., and Topa looks to finish things off, but S4 will keep the AWP in his hands at least for now. There's 2 more players close on the angle trying to hunt him. He takes a grenade to the face, okay? Going to land a pretty decent end-of-round headshot, but there's 3 more players coming in to hunt him down with this AWP. He spots one out towards the cart, and Orncare will survive at the first shot and eventually finish off the S4 hiding in the pit. So he's going to have to reinvest into this next round. NaVi Jr. being completely ruthless right now, not allowing any survivors to make it into this 13th round.
Yeah, next to the AKs, there's now a Krieg. A little bit of a variety for NaVi Jr. But either way, it all works out very fine. They look so comfortable. And it seems like they're pretty much untouchable right now.
Yeah, everything they're doing is just completely working. Kryvbas seeming to have no answer on their CT side of things for any of these NaVi Junior strats right now. And perhaps this is just a bit of a confidence game for the academy side of NaVi at this point. Again, Kryvbas having to play passively now in this B site. And they're trying to match that with some slightly advanced holes over towards A short, and they'll look to try and take apartments control through a mixture of boiler and deep balcony. But if they lose the opening picks on this A site again, NaVi are just going to have an easy way in.
Well, that smoke helps them a tiny bit and keeps all the CTs very alert. S4's not going to move a single inch. The bomb has been, at the moment, retrieved and is looking to push towards B. And look at this. They're going to do a thing we've seen earlier. They rotate off 2 players. Gamble pretty much on the B side, and this time it is correct. S4 spamming through the smoke with his AWP. But only 1 player has crossed so far. Oh. Cannot connect his shot, and that is very sour. Once again, they lose 2 players very early in that push.
Yeah.
And they're still all alive.
Yeah. Bit continuing to deal damage with these wall bangs too. It's looking very dangerous for NaVi Jr. now, as Romnad left with the AWP towards CT spawn. He's already considering a save. He knows players are going to hunt him, and Gospadarov just peeks him out there with the jump peek, and Romnad's basically going to die. Kryvbas is going to have nothing to buy up into in the second last round of this first half. NaVi Jr., they just attacked a 4-man B bomb site stack and still won it out. Kryvbas need to just be thinking about Dust 2 at this point, because they don't have any action going for them in Inferno.
Nope. This is pretty much already a 1 for NaVi Jr. So comfortable on the T side, and still a CT side incoming. But at this point, they won't even have a very long CT side.
Yeah, exactly. Not if it's a replication of their performance in this one. They're going for the eco to try and buy up into the final round of the half. But NaVi Jr. right now just absolutely dominating. They're looking to clean up these rushing pistols.
Okay, Murd did get 1 kill, which is at least more than they got last round, which is maybe even weird. But yeah, 1 player falls, but 3 have fallen on the other side, and at this moment, Chops is looking maybe for a very dangerous push. But so far they're kind of still stuck and they're going very slow. Ooh, Chops did tag up a player and they just, there was no way to escape. It cleans them up.
Yeah, he's basically hunting the players down and they just line up on the retreat there. All he has to do is hold down mouse 1 and he secures the final 2 kills of that round. The buy's going to come in for Kryvbas in the final round of this half then. AWP once again in the hands of S4, but no impact been able to be found. And the player with the most kills on their side is Chops, sorry, and he's only got 6 frags. It's been 15 rounds and it just shows you that Kryvbas have been virtually non-present on the board when it comes to firepower. S4 going to be peeking mid again with that AWP. See if he can get any work done, but not going to find anything in the too early stages. As NaVi Jr. just keep the pace a little bit slower and perhaps start thinking about angling at this A bomb site at the moment. All 5 players set up in positions to try and crack in. They'd have 3 defenders to worry about, but defensive fragging power not been so significant recently. And if I'm a NaVi Jr. player, I just have the confidence to take this site at this point.
As long as they use their utility well, and look at this, S4 has already fallen back towards the side, not really daring to take that short position. And it might be the good guess and play out a little bit more time with that Molotov. They're still not falling back, NaVi Jr. They are very eager to make this A side work. Or maybe even go for a split if they have the pick.
Well, S4 is going to get the first one. The push going to come in now from the side of NaVi. How many frags are they going to be able to garner? That's the question. It starts to fall apart as Kryvbas successfully defend a bomb site for once. Uncat tries to find something but can't do so. S4 with the triple kill on the AWP defense then. They do find their second round of the half eventually, but NaVi Jr. steamrolling the T side of Inverno here, 13-2. As the sides are about to be switched, but Kryvbas are in a lot of trouble here.
Yes. If they not win the pistol, it will be very scary.
Yeah, there's virtually, I mean, there's very little hope anyway,
Yeah,
considering the fact that NaVi Jr.
true.
only need 3 rounds to win.
Unless Inferno just magically turned into a two-sided map.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and an incredibly T-sided one at that in the current meta. But yeah, only 3 rounds needed from NaVi Jr. to win. It's just too much pressure, I think, for Kryvbas to go up against. I'm definitely expecting the NaVi Jr. victory on this one. Dust2 will be up next, and I mean, just looking at what we've seen on this map, it's the firepower from NaVi Jr. has just been what's winning them all these rounds. And Dust2 is a map where individual aim is arguably the most important thing. And if NaVi Jr. continue to have the advantage there, this could be a quick 2-0 from them.
Yeah, definitely. And this round is could be very important if Kryvbas will pick up a bomb plant here. They might actually be able to get those armor and Galils for next round. The whole new meta that came around the corner with the new update.
Definitely an option for them in the next round, should they at least try and find some kills. They're split across the map at the moment, and 3 players in B site to try and defend from NaVi Jr. And just immediately after first contact, Kryvbas going to start to fall off. Being left up in the slightly more aggressive angle, waiting for the CTs to come and push in. But outside of that, the rest of Kryvbas looking to try and set up towards this A site as the utility comes in to fake B.
Ooh, Anked, a nice S for the entrance, and actually does it with another person. But Romney just did enter the bomb site. And look at this. Vandal is looking at all those CTs here in library. Picks up 1, will get traded. And now it's a 2-on-2. Rotation or the retake very much possible now. As Topa here is looking for those headshots. Does get one. But he will get traded. And now... Oh, and he spotted... Mer here will go for the defuse. He has a kit. Oh, the timing is very much off. He can't connect the shot, but he has the time to get this defuse in, and that's an important round. It's 2-14. They did have the bomb plant, so maybe we will go to see that force.
Yeah, that's definitely what's coming through now. They are going to force up into this. The SMGs being taken forward in favour of the rifle so that more utility can go up on the board. And NaVi Junior, it's a close one, but they do close out that second pistol, 14-2, as they look to continue their defensive dominance. They just need 2 more to win out this map and send us to Dust 2 next. And remember, this is Kryvbas' map pick, and it's really not gone very well for them.
Not those Galils we've been talking about. They value their utility a lot more, which is very reasonable. At this point, you need an entrance. You know NaVi Junior has also the good weapons, so you need a little bit more than just your aim to hopefully get an entry. Flashes will come. Does blind goes power here, but a lot of entries now from Bit and Topa, and it makes it so much harder for Kryvbas right now.
Yeah.
And even with that dink, it doesn't scare anyone. And Mert is looking to fall back.
With his UMP to try and stay forward into what could be the last round of the map. It's going to be 15-2 to NaVi Junior, and all 4 of them looking to try and hunt Mert down. And Honker's rifle is in the best position to do it. They just need 1 more to win, and Kryvbas, I mean, anything that they get is just consolation rounds at this point in time. You know, they didn't get dominated so badly if they win any round from this point onward. But NaVi Junior looking to continue the steam train of momentum that they've brought into Inferno. Then just the 1 AK available in the hands of S4. And the MAC-10 up on more. The rest of the players for Kryvbas just having to eco around those pistols at this point in time. See if they can do anything with this hero rifler. They're going to take some aggression towards Banana and get tagged down a little bit by these grenades early on. And they're getting up and aggressive towards the B site. Topa's in a good position to get 1 reply, but Chups gets a second follow-up kill. The Molotov's going to stall a little bit. That's going to allow Gospodrov to get in position to try and defend this B site. But as Kryvbas get in deeper and deeper into B, the rotates from NaVi Junior are coming through quickly as well. And if Kryvbas commit to this site, it could actually be the wrong tactical decision.
Boost coming up here, and that's a very smart position. And currently, Anker looking to fall back a little bit. And slowly, you know, there's still a minute on the board. But with that limited utility for Kryvbas, they will have to make a decision on where to throw it and where to execute. You only got 1 shot at this, and if it fails, the round is done.
Well, they're going to commit to this A-bomb site early on, and Onker's going to be in position to try and deal with this. Can't find the first kill. The FAMAS of Chops will get it, and could this be the B split coming in? They are going to change targets onto the A site following losing a player, and that means that Bit's going to be in trouble here.
Yeah, he will have to wait for his teammate. Will get a first kill. Molotov will enter the pit area, does take him up a little bit, but he will line him up with another headshot. And it's on to Chops right now. He will have to clutch this out in order to still keep Kryvbas in this map, but it's not looking very likely. He will have to peek around the corner.
Whoa, and that's it.
Smoke even on top of it, but it doesn't really matter. Bit will clean up here. Chops here. NaVi takes the first map with 16-2 here on Inferno.
Yeah, we'll be heading up to Dust 2 next. We're going to a short break screen first, ladies and gentlemen, but don't go anywhere. Stay tuned, and we'll be up with map 2 of this series shortly.
Name the clouds passing by, wishing we run away. All we need is our passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down in laughter, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. as you are mine. Come on and run away, we wanna run away. We don't need any reasons, baby. Leave it all for the faded hearts. I don't mind if they call us crazy, 'cause they don't understand what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. You're mine, I wanna run away. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after.
Look into your eyes, I see the colors of your soul, and I recognize every single line, every single roadblock. We are two hearts that beat in time. And the tide was looking down all night, blocking out the sun that we need. Maybe we can change our stripes and colors. You're the only one I see. And I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night. And I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night. Sleep through the sunrise. Into my past and I count the numbers of the dreams that I left behind. I don't even care now that I've discovered a new kind of peace of mind. Up above us, looking down on us, there's an angel I know. We don't need to worry or discuss much. It's time for me to hit the road. Take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night. Sleep through the sunrise. Stay up all night, and I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night, sleep through the sunrise. Sleep Sarah, I hurt myself today trying to make the pain go away. Sarah, I want to fade away, be with the stars in outer space. You come and you go, you take me high, you take me low, but I don't know how to do this on my own anymore. Oh no, now it's my leave for the melancholy. Couldn't fill a hole inside me. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. Now it's Xannies till I numb my psyche. Cocaine just to feel my heartbeat. Nothing to lose, nothing to gain. Sarah, Sarah, why you leaving me? Sarah, I lost myself today trying to find ways to make you stay. Sarah, I want to go away, close my eyes, never wake up again. You come and you go, you take me high, you take me low, but I don't know how to do this on my own anymore. Oh no, now it's my leave for the melancholy. Couldn't fill a hole inside me. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. Now it's Xannies till I numb my psyche. Cocaine just to feel my heartbeat. Nothing to lose, nothing to gain. Sarah, Sarah, why you leaving me? Put me on my misery.
way, my friend.
Affirmative.
Oh, yes.
Let's get that bomb.
What was that noise?
Whoa! It's WESG time! Grab your gear, boys! The world stage awaits!
Wait, who is it with the model? Oh, well, it's NaVi Junior's map pick, and they are looking very strong. And I think that mentally, Kryvbas might feel a little bit deflated and unsure if they can take the second map. That insecurity might make them play a little bit more passive and give NaVi Junior maybe some more opportunities here. And Topa is actually already 6 HP. Okay. Oh. They're all gonna stick together, all bucking out here on long. And they enter the side now, and they're pretty much all on short. And now they have all crossed onto side. The smoke will come out and defuse, and this is actually quite a smart strategy. Even though they do pick up some kills, the defuse has been done.
Take that one with some relative success there and carry it forward up into these next rounds, basically. And well, it's a very unorthodox strategy that they went for with the defense on that A site at that point in time.
Yeah.
But now it is functioning, and they are able to take the buy up into the second round. So FAMASs and rifles available for them into this one, and they're going to take those to largely defend in this A-bomb site and aggressively take short control.
Yeah. And those Galils and armor are now finally here. And even an AK in the hands of Uncare probably didn't really have that much or invested that much into the first round in order to now buy an AK and even armor.
Yeah, indeed. NaVi Junior looking like they're setting up towards A at this point. They want to get this short control aggressively. Uncare trapped in the smoke. He's going to go straight through and find a frag as the result. That's going to isolate these two players within A, and the B players have actually already rotated straight out into mid to try and actively deal with this. The Kryvbas players in sight have fallen straight out towards long now to try and prepare for that defense, and it looks like once again they're going to allow NaVi control directly of the site and try and retake the situation.
Yeah, they're all pretty much gonna walk out now on short, and that smoke will make things quite difficult for Kryvbas. Just one player, and he will have to give the information now to his teammates. But so far, they're quite far away, so we'll have to... Well, waiting was not an option. It's not really in his dictionary. And now, good position here for Topa. Catches off the flank, and the rotation seems impossible. And the last two players are going to fall back. And even with Topa now in that long position towards the car, he might even be able to pick up two more.
Yeah, they're going to be hunting down these guys more. Finds one frag, and S4 gets the follow-up, but these NaVi Junior's players in position to try and remove the guns. Only the Galil saved forward then by Kryvbas, and their economy in a nightmare situation. They really shouldn't be, well, I mean, if they consider buying up around this, then they're just going to be emptying their bank for the full economic reset, and that is what's going to happen. So they're by much worse than NaVi Juniors coming into this one, as the NaVi side do secure that second round situation there. 3 pistols, a Galil and a scout available for the CT defense at this point in time, and they're going to try and actively challenge NaVi Junior at the start of this match, but they look set to put their second round on the board. If they don't expect this B to come to them, then they could be in trouble. Chops is good for one before he gets traded out, and Carpaccio deals with that threat completely, and that should be the round over for Kryvbas.
Yeah, that early into the round, losing that many players is quite painful. And S4 has his scout armor and kit and even a nade in his hand that he will have to save. Only Vandal is here gonna go for a nice kill, gets one, sadly not a second. And Patcher this time lurking. And actually, S4 did made it quite close to the site here, but that scout didn't do much and gave the opportunity to NaVi just clean out that round.
Yeah, the scout, not the most effective weapon to be using in the short range situations there. Not quite sure why he didn't switch on to the pistol. Nonetheless, that buy goes as expected, and NaVi Junior take the round, and they're going to continue to bring just all the rifles forward into their T-side rounds. They didn't buy, I think, a single AWP the entire time they were on Inferno, and still managed to dominate in that situation. Topa finds the 2 anti-eco frags here. Whether or not he suspects that Romnad has already made it into pit, or at least lurking around the area, is a different question. As Madrov doesn't quite get caught off guard initially. Eventually, Romnad will clean up that kill though and get back into the pit. Can't be expecting much more here from Kryvbas, and Topa takes off the head there of Romnad, leaving Vandal in the 1 versus 4.
Clean kill there with the Krieg. And they pretty much got 3 A site. And the last player doesn't even, or hasn't have any armor or a weapon, so might as well just go for an exit, but
never really
he's just
see why these players
sitting on site, not really moving.
Yeah, I never really get it why people save in this situation. That you spent nothing investing into the round. All you do by saving here is deny your opponents $300, which doesn't really seem worth it for me when you've got the chance to try and take a rifle away and bring it into the next round. So don't know why these decisions get made, but nonetheless, Vandal is just going to sit inside this B site and let NaVi Junior win the round with 4 players left alive. Kryvbas then probably going to be looking at buying up the rifles into this next round. Vandal does have the cash in the bank to bring forward an AWP and drop it if that's what he chooses to do so, and he will put it in the hands of S4. But an important round now here for Kryvbas to win. If they don't secure this gun round, it looks like NaVi Junior are set to dominate once again.
This time an AWP in the hands of Gospodarov. Did we see an AWP on the NaVi Junior site last map? I don't really think so.
At all. Yeah, I don't think they ever bought
No.
one.
So this is interesting to see what he can do with that AWP in his hands. Mer so far took catwalk and short control now.
Yeah, just looking to gain control of these areas of the map, and a short more does just spot out the head of an NaVi Junior player there, and that means they're not going to fall off the angle yet. They're going to push further into it, and a good flashbang is going to force them back off. They escape with their lives for now, as Chubbs looks to get a little bit more aggressive, actually, to see if he can play around this smoke. Molotov is going to limit his range of movement at this point in time. 1 minute then or so left on the clock. NaVi need to make a decision, and they're going to take the bomb and go out mid.
Smoke off CT, probably going towards B. Also a Molotov behind it. They did walk through it. Chops is in quite a good position. And the second Molotov will get demolished now by the smoke. And that's a good spray now. But Topa with the insane position still there on mid. And they know where the last player is. And Gospodarov just finishes it off.
Yeah, the spray through the smoke almost recovers the round into Kryvbas' favour in that situation. It looks like they have a chance then at the B retake, but the positioning from Topa, the fact that he's allowed to get that second kill there, just completely denies any hopes and dreams from the CTs. And that puts their money once again in a pretty poor situation, and they're going to buy up regardless, at least partially with the scout. And the Pistols coming forward onto this map. They're going to try and actively hold long, and they'll be challenged by Gospetrov. But Vandals kicked things off with a scout headshot, so not able to recover a rifle from that kill. But it's going to lead to a 5-man A stack, at least for now. And if NaVi Jr. were thinking about getting aggressive off the back of the lost man there, would have been a poor decision.
They need to take things a little bit slower this round. They know they're probably onto pistols around that scout. And they tried to go for an entry here on the long doors, but they didn't really succeed. Gonna fall back onto mid. And good kill now from Bit. The second one will follow up here. Does get tagged up to 6 HP. And now they already kind of get behind them. And Chops has the information where all the T's are. But they gave them enough time, and the bomb plant will have to come in.
Ronald gets aggressive to the molly there, finds the frag on the AWPer and tags down Capucho low. Chip damage done, which means the Vandal trying to find a lucky headshot and then only has the body of Topa to deal with. That Molotov could deal with some serious damage. It's going to make them both have to move out of the way, but they will have the aim nonetheless. Take their 5th round on the board and once again dismantle the Kryvbas defense. It was only a partial eco, so you suppose they did a decent job at securing the 3 kills that they did in the round. But again, they're going to need to start finding some success on these gun rounds now. Double up setup on the CT side of Dust 2. Partially manageable, we suppose, but if they lose this gun round, it looks like NaVi Jr. is set to have another monstrous T side.
Oh, and the boost now on top. S4 couldn't quite connect a shot, and he is lagged, so only 23 HP now on Gaspadarov. And that second AWP also does alert a lot of damage right now. Trade some guns for the half health or advantage, and slowly they will have to make this work and get some more rounds on the board. And so far it's looking quite good. NaVi Jr. not really having an entry anywhere on the map right now, and looking to take that mid control and see what they can do from there.
Yeah, a minute left on the clock, and they're going to basically just pray that one of these CTs walks into the crosshair of Gospetrov's AWP and then he can get the early man advantage. Short control is about to be fought for, and Bit gets the double entry with the assistance of Ornker. And that starts to open up the A site then as this short defense is dealt with. The bomb going to make its way around to try and assist in a push, but for now they're going to settle with spreading out this CT defense. 3v4 late round situation, but 2 players tagged up. Kryvbas needs some multi-kills to win this out, and the loss of Bromled is not the way they want this retake to start.
S4 does spot ahead there a bit, and the nade does quite some damage, and that was all onto S4. He can't clutch it out, and NaVi Jr. will take another round here. 1-6 now for NaVi Jr. Round 8 is about to start.
Yeah, indeed. They're just continuing to win all of these gun rounds right now. They did it on Inferno, and they're doing it again here on Dust 2, just looking like clearly the individually superior side over Kryvbas at this point in time. They're just going to have to bring the pistols forward into this and go for yet another eco. And NaVi Jr.'s full gun round will look to dismantle them once again. It's an early push out long for the T's, and they're going to be given control of that portion of the map for free as Kryvbas look to instead shore up their defenses of A short. And it's not going to be taken by the T's just yet, but NaVi Jr. have slowed the pace down. They want to make sure they don't lose any guns unnecessarily to these pistoling players, and as soon as they find 1 or 2 frags here over towards this A site, I think that they're going to be looking to get straight in there and get a bomb plant.
They're not going to really risk anything, just slowly walking out there on long. Nice kill here from Vandal, gets a free AK, and They are now looking to see if there's any presence on mid, but there is in fact none. Because all of the teams are here on the A side getting kills, and even that last short player has been caught and tagged up to only 34 health, and now only 10 HP when the nade lands. And oh, they will have to run away in order to save those weapons.
Yeah. Randall just taking the AK over towards T-Spawn at this point in time. S4 will stick around to see if he can get a lucky headshot on a retreating player, but he has all the info now that they are going to be exiting towards the long area. So, at this point in time, Kryvbas just continuing to be dominated by NaVi Jr. right now. They're just getting fragged off the server. They have no reply for their opponent's offensive tactics. The eco, unfortunately, doesn't go their way yet again. They are going to have an AK safe forward into the next one, so at least that's a little bit less economic investment required. But still, they're just not getting the frags at this point in time. If we have a look at the scoreboard, just 5 kills being the most amount of frags garnered by the top players on Kryvbas, and that's the same number as the player with the least amount of kills for NaVi Jr.
Yeah, I'm getting kind of a deja vu here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I've been saying. I do think that NaVi Jr. is the better team. At this point, have a little bit more of experience, even though they haven't really existed that long, but they did, you know, attend a lot of bigger tournaments in the last couple of months.
Certainly. And of course it is online qualification, so Kryvbas potentially getting lucky just to end up at this point in the tournament. We are in the upper bracket, so even if Kryvbas do lose, they will still have a chance to qualify through the lower bracket later on. But NaVi Jr. looking all but set to take at least this half on Dust 2 right now. They look seemingly unstoppable. There's more falls early on as well. NaVi Jr. once again look to target this A bomb site. And Gozpetrov getting yet another frag through the smoke is just going to continue NaVi's advantages in this round.
Yeah, I think that was just before the smoke landed, and I think he peaked kind of maybe a little bit too early. Which is a little unfortunate, because I didn't really think that was necessary for him to peak that there. But at this point, Kryvbas, you don't have that much to work with, and you need to pick up a round at some point in the game. So I think they're just eager to get some rounds here.
Yeah, well,
but
they're not going to find this one, as these rifles once again are saved towards B. And S4 actually missing 2 very important AWP shots there. Doesn't find the player crossing out from A short, turns around and faces the A long players and is unable to take any of them down as well. So you're going to need to see more impact from your AWPer in that dedicated position. NaVi Jr. going to get their 8th on the board then, and their bank is so incredibly healthy right now. I don't know why they aren't just completely hunting these Kryvbas players down. Gozpetrov's got $14,000 in the bank. Capucho on 11k as well, so they really do have the money available to just hunt down these CTs and take every possible rifle away from them. And it does look like they are going to slowly clear the map and make their way in towards B for some of these exit frags, but they just look completely unstoppable at the moment. And it seems like such a long time ago that Kryvbas even won a round. It was the pistol was the last time that Kryvbas took anything. NaVi have had 8 in a row, and Kryvbas lose a player just at the end of that round.
yeah, money is once again a little bit awkward. Chops does buy, and it seems like they are going to be buying around that. Vandal picks up it up, and the rest of the players will have to do it with some pistols. Very interesting here. Oh, here we go. S4 does pick up another pistol. I was like, is he going to do this just with his USP? But nope. He gets a P250. Oh, and that AWP does do some work here. But Capucho finds the kill on the other side of the map here onto Rumnid.
Yeah, it's an important kill as well, because if he can get into this B site right now, he's going to find out it's completely empty. Chups is aware of that. He's making his way over with that M4, but the rest of NaVi Jr. now looking to attack this B bomb site. The CT rotation's actually already coming in, so this could be quite dangerous for NaVi Jr. Depends how quickly they can get in the site, because Capucho has been allowed inside for a very long time and is looking to get himself a nice position. Meanwhile, though, Moore's found the rifle of that lower tunnels player. This looks like a possible retake here.
bomb is going down right now, and all the CTs are looking to walk away here. They got some good rifles picked up from this round, so that's, I would say, not that bad. But I mean, it's now gonna be a 1-9.
It seems like a little bit of a wasted situation. This looks like one of the closest times Kryvbas have been able to win one of these full gun rounds since the start of the game, really, and they don't even attempt the 4v4 retake. They're very scared of their opponents, so they're just going to try and save these 3 rifles forward, but these NaVi players are just going to be in the position to find down. Topa's going to fall straight away, but that's info given away of these defenders' positions. Surely he's not going to, well, Chups isn't going to repeat this anymore. It would be a foolish decision to try and do so, and that 3 rifles are going to make their way forward into the 11th round then. This first half, the full buy able to come around that save. NaVi Junior are pretty much going to be able to buy up just straight into the end of the half at this point in time with the amount of bank available on a lot of their players. And Kryvbas, they just need to string rounds together for a hope of a successful T-side.
Heavily invested now into this round, and this will have to be the one. Nate does do some damage here in B tunnels, and he's looking to get a little bit of control on either side of the map. Bit now onto mid, hopping onto short, and slowly the players from B are coming down from lower and going up that short area as well.
Yeah, nice nade there as well from Chups. Does deal some decent damage onto the NaVi Junior side, so they're softened up for when this eventual execute comes in. But look how passively they're playing. The bomb is still all the way back in T-spawn right now. NaVi Junior know that they can afford to just play for picks at this point, try and find the opening frag, and then capitalize on that site to get the bomb plant. And as time runs down, the bomb's going to make its way closer over towards mid, at least, as NaVi Junior start to group up and make a decision about where they want to hit.
Okay, I was looking for a peek there onto short, and it looks like he is about to maybe flash a person out. And also with that smoke, it will definitely do some good, but there's a Molotov in front of it. They will have to be careful, does get smoked off. But S4 is still alive, and he sees ahead. But the bomb is being planted. There is a member advantage here for Kryvbas.
Oh, and Capucho's in a great position to shut down this CT flank as well. Kryvbas got no idea here. Doesn't even need to utilize the trigger discipline. Won't find the follow-up kill, though, actually. Romnad does trade him out, and that keeps Kryvbas alive in this retake situation now. Gospodrov got to hit a shot here and won't find either. That's going to put pressure on his ramp player, who is now going to fall. He's got 2 angles to try and watch, and a flash coming out to deal with him. He finds the first frag, gets into the corner, and stays alive with that up. That's what's important. No time left alive for Kryvbas. Moore has to push this right now, and time is of the essence in this defuse. I think he just has enough time with the kit, pushes it in the last second situation, and just about wins that clutch, but could have gone either way there. Came down to the narrowest of margins, but Kryvbas win their first gun round.
Yeah, some shots missed there on the NaVi Junior side. I think just a little bit of panic when you see so many CTs just popping around the corner. And Kryvbas just kept their cool and picked up a second round here. And they need to keep it going in order to make this map a little bit more competitive.
Yeah, they're certainly going to be trying to do so, at least. NaVi Junior, they like playing this slow, passive style at the start of their T rounds. They like winding the clock down, waiting for CT pushes, and then hopefully trying to eliminate them. They've had great success at taking a short. I think we're seeing a reflection in that of Kryvbas' defense now. They play way more passively on the A site, rarely commit now the members to defending A short so actively. We see NaVi Junior once again taking control of the angle. 2 players from Kryvbas committed towards mid, actually, so perhaps expecting a B split to be coming through at this point. It looks like A is going to be the target once again, though, from NaVi Junior as they look to put the utility down.
Yeah, they have that long control, so at least there's one part of the map currently not really being scared about. And they have the info, actually, all of the footsteps there on CT that they are looking for it. And Kryvbas is picking up quite some kills here, but they're gonna be running off towards Bean right now. About 30 seconds on the clock, utility being pulled out. But there is still a player there. Topa gets him. And actually, the push through lower tunnel gave them some time to rotate over. Maria's quite close, but they will have to wait for those smokes.
They're thinking about going for it, but there's just not enough time for them to push at this point in time. They're having a look at these angles, more certainly in a position to try, but I think he's looking at S4's positioning with that AWP. Now he gets aggressive and tries to go in, but Gospodarov gets his third of the round, and surely that's S4 thinking there's no way for me to get in this site here. We'll find a close range no scope at least, and any more players who try to hunt him will be in danger. He is still going to go and push for this one. He knows there's an AWP on the close angle, and that scope will give him precision away. Has to get out of there and won't be able to do so. Topa taking him out, and it's double digits then for NaVi Jr. They win out round 12. Put themselves on 10 rounds here. Just now, 3 more total to be played in the half. And NaVi Jr. just looking to extend their lead here and make sure that their CT side is as easy as possible.
Yes, and there is currently kind of like a force buy. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say force buy, but, you know, getting everything you can with the money you have. Not that much util to work with. Not even that much to hold of a push, just a couple of flashes and 1 smoke. And a lot of them already being used that early in the round. Which is actually quite odd, because NaVi Jr. doesn't really have a tendency to push that early. Just slowly gaining a little bit of control with utility. But not really storming out thus far. So it's interesting they used quite a lot of it already. Only 1 flashbang and a decoy now in the hands of Kryvbas.
Yeah, NaVi Jr. now considering once again attacking this A side. S4's on the right angle on the smoke to deal with. Don't care though. Giving the man advantage then for Kryvbas as the rest of NaVi migrate in towards A short and consider the execute. Utility comes in now. Are they going to be able to land the frags?
And here they go, storming onto the side. Flashes come out, and Gospodarov does get a good kill there on Romnid. But Chops is close. Here's the footsteps. Spots ahead.
Ooh.
Oh, and he just looks away. The timing is very unfortunate. And gives the man advantage here for NaVi Jr.
Yeah, that's
rotation will come in.
very rough there. That bit is allowed to get that kill. Unfortunately, the Kryvbas player just looking the wrong way. Slight execute coming in now, and S4 will find the shot this time onto the player on short. Mo gets one as well, and Topa, though, he's back on that flank towards CT. He has to rush up on short to try and hold the bomb as he knows Gospodarov needs assistance. Finds the AWPer, and the other player can't stick. He has to rush in with the FAMAS, isolated in the 1v2, and he's not going to go for it. Takes the AWP and runs away towards CT. NaVi Jr. find their 11th.
Ooh, Mer actually did get a kill, but got tagged up quite bad in the process and dies by the end through the bomb. And even that AWP he wasn't allowed to save, and now with around 3.5k in the bank. It's probably just some pistols now.
I think go for the 4x in the final round of the half and hope that you can get 3 on the board somehow, I guess.
Yes.
I mean, it's just, they're struggling really hard right now. I don't think NaVi Jr., they've only full executed into the B site once throughout this whole half. So Kryvbas at least know they have A site to work on, let alone what their holds are across the entire map. But yeah, you're right. NaVi Jr. just looking like the better side overall in this best of 3. Clear-cut domination in both games, and if they keep it up, Dust 2's not going to last much longer.
Probably not. This round is in the favor of NaVi Jr. And even now, already a man advantage. Topa spots another head. And we'll slowly play it out. And ooh, 1 kill from Romnad here with the pistol. Catching a little bit off guard. Oh, nice kill there from with the deagle. but can that be enough? Merp picked up a Krieg. We all know that is a very powerful weapon, but what can you do against all that utility that is being thrown towards your head from NaVi here?
Surely Moore's not going for a save here. I think they are. I think they're saving yet again. I'd love to see a statistic of how many rounds Kryvbas have saved him instead of going for it. Feels like they've not gone for a single clutch situation in this entire half if they don't have the man advantage. That's crazy.
I'm actually quite surprised that no one in chat has said Game time so far.
Game time.
Because that is something that sure is very applicable in this situation.
It's because Kryvbas have been losing so many rounds, they haven't even had the money to keep the orcs up.
No.
You know, they try and save them, but they just get hunted down towards the end and can't do it. And NaVi Jr., I'm looking at an auto sniper now in the hands of Pacho, and I'm looking at 2 AWPs in the hands of Gospatrol. Oh no, another auto. This could be a bit of a shooting gallery towards mid right now. They are certainly going for this map. Nothing going to be found just yet, at least.
Let's go.
The side angle towards tunnels, but you got to commend the try at least.
Yes. They are giving us some quality content here. And they picked up all their AKs again.
Oh, that's a good frag from Romned to find the opener onto B at least. It's yet NaVi Jr. have never fully executed onto the B site yet on the T side, outside of the one round where Capucho was allowed those entries. The 2 players in the site are going to be spotted. Forced out of angles by the Molotov into the crosshairs of Topa and Capacho. The smoke in the window. They're not going to deter Moore from running in, but he's taken out nonetheless. 2v4 situation now that NaVi Jr. have in their favour. The flashes will try and create entrances for Kryvbas, but that'll be the half over. 13-2 for NaVi Jr. as the sides look to switch here.
Once again, 13-2 after the half. Also, NaVi Jr. decided on starting on T, and it doesn't really matter on what map, but they look comfortable as hell.
Yeah, this was their map pick, and they look just as comfortable on it as they did on their opponent's pick of Inferno previously. They once again only need 3 rounds in this next half to try and win things out, and the pistol round going to be all important then for both sides to try and win. Kryvbas, if they want to stay in this best of 3 series, they've got a monumental comeback to try and mount here.
Definitely not easy. Who knows? Maybe Kryvbas does pick up the pistol round this time, and I've seen crazier stuff happen before, so who knows what they might have still in the bag. But it's looking very dominant for the NaVi side, and they are looking to finish this best of 3 very soon. And at this moment, Kryvbas is looking for that long push. And currently 3 players towards the B area, so it might work in their favor. But they're still kind of waiting a little bit. Oh, and the dink on the long range. Topa is now only 34 SP.
Yeah, the dink there maybe causing Kryvbas to think about rotating away. They're hoping that they've baited the NaVi Jr. rotations back over towards B by taking this long, though they are going to commit towards A long at the end. And Bit is in position here to try and find some headshots. Gets the first, looks for the second, but can't get the player who crosses over. Has to look for more now. Will do so. 3 big headshots from him, or 2 rather, with the assistance of Topa. It's going to leave Vandor left in the 1 versus 4. Gets 1 for himself, but Gospatrol finishes things off. Just 2 more rounds needed from NaVi Jr. to progress through this upper bracket.
Yes. Am I right that NaVi Jr. has now won all the pistol rounds?
I would no. Kryvbas won the pistol round on this map, right? They had.
True. Yeah, that was the only round they did win in the first half.
Wow,
my bad. Yes,
they did win another gun round later on, but it was for a long time. It was the only round they'd won.
Yeah. Well, they picked up some Deagles and a Tech 9, and one Deagle is sure enough to do some damage. Pick up a nice M4. Actually, probably their best weapon. Who who knows what they can do with it.
Well, hopefully get some kills is the answer to that question, as right now they just look to be holding in A short and waiting for some NaVi Junior aggression to move around and try and actively hunt them down. The CT players not doing that yet, however, as the smokes are going to be lined up, and Kryvbas go for one of their potential 2 remaining attempts at executing onto a site.
Very smart here that Vendor was going to be looking behind him. But, oh my god, he's not checking it!
I have no idea how he didn't see the player just crawl into his screen there. That's insane.
No.
S4 now left on the 1 versus 3 situation. He's got a lot of heads to try and find. Won't get any. Carpaccio takes him out in the late round, and NaVi Junior, they're on series point at this point. I think Kryvbas are about as checked out as you can be. They're going to force up everything that they can, but right now you've just got to commend the efforts of NaVi Junior. It's been total domination from them here.
Yeah, will it be another 16-2? We will see it very shortly. Still not the best buy, but definitely against all of those Deagles, it should be enough to clean up this last round. A lot of util this time on the NaVi Junior side. Was looking kind of scary last round with not that much to work with, but they still closed it. And currently, Kryvbas is looking to get that mid CT control.
Yeah, probably trying to look for this B execute, but on care, he's found 1 frag. Carpaccio going to push out with the FAMAS looking for more. Knows that there's a player in the aggressive position that he's going to have to deal with, and somehow Vandal Steagle will take him out. And that opens up this B site at least. Kryvbas will find a way in, but it's a 3v2 retake already here for NaVi Junior. Vandal's only on 1 HP himself, and somehow I don't think they're going to manage this as S4 falls. Kryvbas has got it all to do with just 1 HP. And he's going to get taken out by Gospodrov. That'll be the series. 16-2 in both games. Absolute domination from NaVi Junior. Any closing thoughts from you, Vearless?
Well, let's just say that NaVi Junior is looking very confident right now. And if I'm correct, they are facing Majesty tomorrow.
Sure.
Yeah, in their upper bracket in their journey, and I'm very curious how they will continue this. I think this gave them a lot of confidence going into the rest of this close qualifier. And we will have to see if they can continue this win streak.
Yeah, absolutely. And the closed qualifiers for the CIS region do continue tomorrow, so make sure you come back and check those out. That's all for us, though, on the broadcast today, ladies and gentlemen. I've been Protalis, and I've been joined today by Vearless. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will catch you all in the next qualifier.
Name the clouds passing by, wishing we run away. All we need is our passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down in laughter, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. You are mine. Come on and run away. We wanna run away. We don't need any reasons, baby. Leave it all for the faded hearts. I don't mind if they call us crazy, 'cause they don't understand what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. as you're mine. I wanna run away. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after.
Look into your eyes, I see the colors of your soul, and I recognize every single line, every single roadblock. We are two hearts that beat in time. In the towers, looking down all night, blocking out the sun that we need. Maybe we can change our stripes and colors. You're the only one I see. And I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night. And I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night. Sleep through the sun.